Karthus definitely needs that mana. Did start off with the Rod, so we'll be okay for the most part. Does have a large mana pool, but CLG trying to see if they can bait him into this Baron. We don't have any ward coverage from V8 because of that Oracles. And here's Muffin Cutie getting caught out of position. Saint Vicious jumping in. Muffin Cutie going down almost immediately, and Hotshot in the middle of their team, going to back off for a second there. But Afromoo chasing them down has great damage, and there's the Karthus ult. How many people is it going to take down? There's two. Can we get Afromoo chasing? The flash in from Trieskimo is going to pick up another kill. Unstoppable coming in here. Big Fat goes down. Chouster with the ultimate, going to get them out of there, but this is a huge Baron potential for V8. They have a great Baron team. Hotshot trying to come in, see if he can kind of stall them for a little bit, maybe get in on Afromoo, but actually just going to turn onto him. There's the Karthus Wall of Pain. Afromoo getting some great damage. Hotshot turning into him, but with the Ignite, very close to going down, is actually just barely able to get out of there. But even so, a Baron for V8, that's going to be extremely difficult for CLG to deal with. So we actually, Hotshot, or Chouster there, trying to see if he can steal it with the Whirlwind. Isn't going to happen. What does CLG have to do at this point? I mean, they want to stall through this Baron, obviously, but if stalling is going to lead more and more towards V8's late game comp, how is CLG going to deal with that?
I feel like even though V8 has a stronger late game comp, and that's exactly what they've been aiming for from the very beginning, when it gets to a certain point where both teams just have all the items in the world, one slip up can cost either team the game. So, when you're behind and you're stalling, you want to get to that point where, we're broke even on levels, we're broke even on farm. Given that they are even right now, and, a slip up can cost either team a game. It's just that at late game, if they do want to drag it out, that's going to be what they're looking for. But at this immediate moment, I feel like CLG is still looking for that pick where they can pick off one or two people, take tower, pick off another one or two people, take tower. They're going to have to do that a couple of rotations this early in the game if they're going to want to make something big happen.
Here's the concern, though. Kog'Maw, great at pushing towers, has that excellent range to slowly poke it down. And if they want to engage on Kog, they have to go through the rest of the team. Right now, Trieskimo is holding Shyvana top lane. He does have that teleport up currently, so do you expect V8 is just going to be able to push through this mid lane and get some quick towers, maybe even get an inhibitor at this point?
Right now, I definitely think that they're just going to want to keep on pushing as much as they want. I mean, as much as they can, because it's going to allow them to get farm in this map position. So, especially with Shyvana top and Sion having teleport, they're in a very, very great shape to take towers until Shyvana decides to go back. And Sion really has no worries because Shyvana can't kill him. So, what he's looking for is just trying to keep Shyvana there as long as possible, just so CLG can engage so they can take towers continually.
Now, I thought that V8, we would see them just continue pushing mid, but they are coming up here top. Maybe going to get an engage on Shyvana. The teleport, the recall should be off shortly, so is going to be able to get out of there, but they will take another tower. Want to just continue taking as many advantages as possible. And in the meantime, CLG is just going to push down mid, so an even exchange for them. Mid tower probably even a little bit more important than top tower as far as map control. But now there's only Saint and Hot in this top tower, so I'm kind of surprised that we're not seeing V8 continue this pressure, but they definitely don't want to lose their second tower mid. Oh, but we actually have Saint Vicious coming onto Trieskimo. He doesn't have his exhaust up yet, so Hotshot coming in. We do have the exhaust coming shortly. He's going to be dealing some damage, trying to get the teleport off. Can we get the stun from Hotshot? Oh. It doesn't matter. Able to take him down before it goes off, so trying to get out of there, but able to pick him off. And now Afromoo actually chasing down Doublelift, is able to get a couple of barrages there. Doublelift going to flash out. So that flash is down, and with Vayne's short range, not having that flash up in fights is going to be extremely difficult for him.
That was actually very, very bad for V8, because what they're relying on is they're relying on Sion keeping somebody top and just pressuring, so they can continue rotating and taking towers. So him, not just dying, but him losing teleport, he loses that global pressure that he would have normally. Had it been just one-on-one, him keeping Shyvana off the team, it would have been just well worth it for V8 to do that. But since he died and burned teleport, he's not going to be able to continue to do that. And they have to group up as 5 because he's not going to be able to get there if the other team chooses to engage 5v4.
And one thing that CLG is definitely taking advantage right now, they were able to pick off Sion, but then keeping all of the lanes pushed. We see bot lane pushing down to the second tower. Just being able to keep up that pressure, it doesn't give V8 an opportunity to come up and take towers like they would like to. So it just stalls for that Baron to kind of disappear.
definitely right now V8 does have an advantage. The advantage isn't so huge that CLG can't come back from. So I feel like a couple more picks like they did earlier on Sion, without their Baron buff, they're going to be able to make plays happen.
And so we do see V8 just pushing down mid once again. Sion getting that wave in his advantage down bot. Mundo just going to hold top for a little bit here, get that blue buff on Takashi. That'll definitely be strong. At what point in the game
they might even give it to
they give it to
Afro,
Kog? Okay, that was actually what I was going to ask. So Kog definitely, mana hungry as the game progresses, has that long range poke. Do you think it's worthwhile at this point to give it to him, or maybe the next couple blues?
Definitely when he's level 16. I feel like that would be a good break-even point where it's actually more worth it to give it to Cog over Karthus. Because Karthus does have the Rod of Ages, his mana pool isn't going to be too stressed in a team fight, especially if he dies early. He's going to get free spell cast off anyway. So I feel like right about now would be a good time to give Cog blue buff.
Well, V8 knows that Baron is about to spawn. They're all grouping up, kind of getting ready for it. Double Lift in the meantime heading down bottom. Baron hasn't spawned yet, so I guess they're going to come and just get this momentum mid, but they do have an extremely fast Baron team. CLG is definitely going to want to watch out for that. Not great ward control so far from CLG, though, primarily because Unstoppable X has that Oracles, has been able to get them that map control. But actually, we see Hotshot getting caught off by Trieskimo here. He does have the red buff, so he's going to be able to get out of there just barely, so he is going to back off there. But anyone going down at this point would definitely be, devastating for both teams. So we'll have to see. Baron should be up shortly. V8 probably going to pressure it.
So one thing that CLG is doing is they were prompted that, hey, we cannot win a 5v5 fight. So what they're looking for now is they're looking to split push. So really, they're not going to be able to. Sion has his teleport up, and he does have it up right now. So.
But even so, like you said, because Sion has that teleport, Shyvana out of position, going to be coming up behind V8 shortly. And actually, we see CLG chasing into him now. There's the snare from Big Fat, and Hotshot's going to come into the middle of the team. Takashi very close to going down, but Aframu is perfectly fine. Takashi will go down, but now we have Trieskimo coming in, going to protect Takashi, going to protect Aframu, and Unstoppable going very close to going down. Double Lift going to be able to pick up that kill, and now Big Fat jumping into Aframu, going to grab that kill, and now CLG, it looked like they were going to lose this fight, but we do have Trieskimo flashing over there. Is it going to be able to get out of there? So CLG able to turn that around. I thought with how protected Cog was early on that they would be able to pick up that late fight, but CLG really effective play. I
think it was just really, really good fight by CLG in general. Shyvana was able to get there and completely zone out Cog's DPS with the force flash, so he's flashing away from the fight, not able to do damage, one, and number two, he was able to exhaust Cog as well, so he basically eliminated Cog's damage.
And we do have CLG just jumping right onto Baron. 3 people are down for V8, so they won't be able to defend against this. Sion coming in, maybe could burst down Chaucer, but really won't be able to do that much to stall. And then if Big Fat gets on the snare, we will have Trieskimo going down. So CLG Baron, that's huge.
That was huge.
And just the fact that they can deny it from V8, knowing that V8 has that range, has Soraka already, having that extra regen from Baron would have been devastating if they had it.
Yeah. Basically that last fight that CLG did, given that they do have a weaker team fight comp, but their positioning was superior, and so, that goes to show, even if someone has a stronger team comp, it doesn't mean that they're gonna win every fight. You just gotta outplay, and, you just gotta outplay.
And so we do have CLG, they had that advantage now. Hotshot trying to see if they're going after Dragon, wants to take that kind of gold advantage. We'll see whether or not they try and push. The concern is, of course, that because they're all short range, they don't have that great pushing capability. We do have great clearing capability from V8, and this is where there's a concern for CLG, whether or not V8 can stall the game, even though CLG is able to take this advantage with the Baron, or whether or not CLG can pick people off. And that's the thing. They don't have the best initiation in order to pick people off. They're very reliant on, Hotshot getting in, on Big Fat getting in, and they don't have a Shirelias currently, considering that they don't have that, strong teamfight initiation.
I think for V8 right now, I think they are feeling a little nervous after the last fight that they had lost, so they're not as confident one end. The second thing is CLG does have Baron buff, so what they want to do right now is they just want to stall out as long as possible without losing without losing towers. And once that Baron buff wears out, then they can start fighting.
And so CLG actually pushing down this bottom lane, but V8 completely skipping over it. They're coming down mid, going to be able to pressure this mid, and CLG is not going to be able to get back in time. So we're actually very close to having a base race situation, and everyone's getting excited. We do have Call going to drop this tower extremely quickly. They will be able to get an inhibitor there, so we'll see whether or not after they get that inhibitor, if they're going to recall in time to prevent CLG from getting this inhibitor. Shyvana, in the meantime, going to be pressuring that top tower. There it is. We actually do have a base race. V8 is going after the Nexus. CLG is way behind in this situation. We do have CLG trying to recall. Doublelift is going to be able to pick up the kill on Tree Eskimo, but the rest of the team is behind, and we have, it's a 5v2 situation. There's the Janna ultimate, and Chowster very close to going down. St. Vicious able to take down a tower, but they're going to back off, and here we have Hotshot jumping into the middle of the team. Aftermove getting some good damage, but they're going to be able to take down V8, and everyone's going down. Doublelift clearing them out, and CLG is going to take this game after they're able to take down there. St. Vicious pursuing down this Nexus, and this is going to be GG, CLG, the base race opportunity, and they're able to defend against it. Just fantastic play. I can't believe that we just saw V8 going for the base race and CLG able to defend against it in such a great manner.
Wonderful by Janna. Had she not ult them back, they would have been able to take that tower and had enough time to take down the base as well. So it was just really good play by that Janna.
Oh, I'm just sitting here. It's insane. The crowd just going wild. CLG able to bring it out. They did have that tower pushing capability, but able to just masterfully win that fight. Hotshot jumping onto Tree Eskimo, but they are able to take the series 2-0. CLG advancing in that losers bracket. Just fantastic play all around, waiting for their opportunities. What was the key in that game? I mean, was it just, they recognized that they had pretty good fight control if they could get Aurelia the farm, if they stalled for that one opportunity where they had that strong fight?
Basically, it was just, you have a weaker team comp, so you have to choose your battles more wisely. And really, they had a good